Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, SHAMAIWAN, double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone. Shalom to the mighty Akim, Wathim, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity, as well as a speckled bird that may look like the other nations, but are actually Yasharallah. This is Brother Kawa Club coming at you with another lesson. Today's lesson is going to be, well, actually, I kind of want to show this once again. This is one of the things I hate about YouTube, where some people make comments, right? And today's video is going to be a comment response to this video, but if you scroll down, it says 2 comments and it's not showing. The stuff is not showing. I think this might be, this is a bit of a fix sometimes, but not all the time. I will say, because sometimes when you I don't really understand the method or how this works, but yes, sometimes if you click sort by and hit newest, then it will show the hidden comments, but that's not always the case. So I just want to show this off and say, like, this is a bit, I thought this was a bit weird, but I am not the one that is hiding these comments. All right, just to let you know. And, oftentimes people might think, oh, this person is hiding stuff, this person is hiding stuff. I can delete comments, I normally don't. I don't even think I've ever deleted someone's comment, regardless of whether I disliked it. Even that was the thing where someone in another comment, they had what's it called? They posted in my on my comment section monkeys or something like that, and I left the comment there. The thing, all I did was just hide the user. I just didn't want to see anything from the user. But I'm pretty sure like a third party, another account, like account that's not mine, not the owner of the video, I think they can still see that I left those comments there and stuff like that. But also, YouTube has their auto moderation stuff where they will just full on block the comments that certain people get. And I've noticed that lately, because comparatively before a lot of, like 2 years ago, maybe I'll say that 2 years plus, 2+ years, Lakia, I was getting a lot more, how do you say, intelligent comments. I was getting more intelligent comments, but instead now I'm getting dumb comments. Like, I'm not getting any comments where someone is actually smart, or some of these are actually smart. It's really just like it's either a dumb explanation that doesn't make any sense, which I did a lesson on before, or it is a non-actual question with just a stupid comment like that. That's just like a few 1 or 2 sentences or something like that. That's basically the two types of comments that I've been getting now. So sometimes I will kind of engage with that, but I don't really make it I try not to make it a habit, because I don't think it's really edifying to engage and discuss and directly, like, hyper focus on one dumbass comment. So that's why despite a lot of the comments I was getting, I have been getting, I think I got like 30 comments within a week or 2 weeks or something like that, and which is a lot for me. I don't normally get that, and apparently I've been getting a lot more views. I don't know why. All right, but the main thing is just in general how, a lot of this stuff, like, this is dumb, number one. But these comments are dumb, number one. But also the fact that, what I'm trying to do in terms of fulfilling my role, fulfilling my calling from YAHAWAH, this is what I'm doing, and I'm just kind of letting you know. So with that being said, let's go back. Let's get into this comment. This is the comment that I'm going to be responding to today. All right. And let's start off with reading it. And again, you see this is where the video that I had done it on. The Midwest Boxing 4415. Let me see something. They commented on a burner account and said, "Why don't y'all just why don't y'all say Negro Mexican, Negro Indians? Y'all rhetoric don't make sense. Don't make sense. If y'all think the male makes you Israelite, basically, why not say Negro Mexican?" Now, this is easily one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. And once again, it goes, if you know the history in how Israelites are basically viewed, people always say, which it just, I hate this. I genuinely hate this. And I made so many videos on this just within the last few weeks, all right, where I literally had to say so many times that it is not about your the video is literally entitled, "It is not about phenotype." It's crazy, and I guess people don't know what phenotype is. Phenotype is your physical appearance, all right? So basically, I keep on saying that it's not about skin color. And once again, these people always bring it back to the skin color. They always think that Israelites are synonymous with Negro. Negro is not the end all be all of an Israelite, all right? The exact same way, all right? Because I did a lesson on this. Maybe I even talked about this in here, all right? Maybe not. I don't remember. I know I talked about it in one of my recent lessons, but the Ainu are a perfect example of Israelites, and they're Israelites, Lucky. They're Israelites, but it's not Israelites by quote unquote the title Negro. All right, we are the same people, yes, but the Native Americans aren't quote unquote Negro. The Mexicans aren't quote unquote Negro. All right, and it's like everyone. You have Jake and other people in general. All right, that are so fixated. The irony is baffling to me, because people say that we're fixated on skin color when they are demonstrating that they are the ones that are more fixated than us. They are always saying, these people only think your skin color is going to save you, skin color this, skin color that, or you can only be like skin. Like, no, that's not what I said. That's not what I'm teaching. I'll speak for myself, because yes, there are some Israelites that teach that is about skin color, and they're wrong. They're objectively wrong. And I literally showed that in the lesson. All right, because he even referenced that if y'all think the male makes you Israelite, basically, why not just say Negro Mexican? Dumbass freaking statement. Anyway, and I'm pretty sure I explained it. Numbers chapter 1 verse 18. And they assembled all their congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of their names, from 20 years old and upwards, by their polls. Basically, which I have to explain it again. For example, let's just take Blake Griffin, and I will actually go to show Blake Griffin for the 1,000th time. Look at his blonde hair child, his blonde haired son, his blonde hair Edomite wife, all right? And he has a blonde haired son. Would you fucking call Blake Griffin and his son Negro white? What type of dumb ass title is that, all right? You would just call him a so-called black person, or well, yes, actually a so-called black person, but also the alternative, which some people might say, even though that they're wrong in saying this, is that his kid is a white boy. All right, that's what they physically see. You physically see an Edomite child. All right, so and if you know his heritage, and you know that, okay, well, he's not actually white. His father is a so-called black man and whatnot. Then you wouldn't say, that he's white. You would say that he's so-called black, and it's the exact same thing. All right, and on top, and in addition to that, why would we change up the terminology that people already know from the Mexicans? People know Mexican as Mexican. Like, that's it. Like, there's no, that's already the improper name for them. So why are we adding on to the improper name and calling them fucking Negro? All right, it's extremely dumb, and it's extra for no reason. Like, that doesn't help anyone understand or know anything better. It's just Negro, or so-called black people. That's just one section. Then the Mexicans, that's another section. Then the Native Americans, and that's another section. All right, and they're all the same ethnicity, the Israelites, but different tribes. It's literally that easy. And Slack it. And I genuinely do not like these types of, like, insincere or just flat out stupid ass comments, because you're literally showing like you are so hyper fixated. Like, the irony in the fact that people say that we only care about skin color, but yet you have people like this that are saying, oh, you should call them Negro, you should call them this, and stuff like that. You can call them that. I don't care. You're probably not going to. You're probably not as, what's the word, knowledgeable on most of the shit that I've had to study, or not even that, Slocky, not even that, but just in terms of ethnic studying in general. All right, but how is it that you're so, the thing that made you want to comment, all right, the thing that made you want to comment was, I'm not using the term Negro to describe the Mexicans and Native Americans. And Slocky, about that, I shouldn't be talking about people's intellect. I don't know who these people are. I'll, at the bare minimum, say that I rescind that whole intellectual thing. All right. Aside from that, I still think that it is extremely childish and dumb for you to attempt to micromanage what the fuck I'm saying, when everyone knows that the Mexicans, or Mexico, and the Native Americans that literally live in Native America, or had the land stolen from them by the current inhabitants, the current thieves, all right, who are the Edomites, all right. So and that's a thing. People, they always want to put a stupid ass label on something. Okay, you want to put a label to better classify people into how you want them to be, and how you want to put stuff in, rather than just accepting, like, what is the fact of the matter, like what is the reality of things. The reality of it is that so-called black, Mexican, and Native American, they're improper terms that don't really classify us in the beginning. We only use that because, and I literally said, I think I even say it too, the world ignorantly calls us, maybe I don't say that, but I think, hold on, it's actually in the thing. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. So over here, even in the description, it says it goes in and shows who's who. So Judah, like that's what the so-called blacks are actually called. It says Negroes and African Americans. So this is the identifier. It's not a matter of, because the people, your average person, if you tell them Mexican or Negro Mexican, they primarily know Mexican. Okay, they don't know why are you saying, why are you combining two what's the word, different ethnicities in terms of what the world sees it. The world sees so-called Native American. Well, yes, Native Americans and Mexicans as two separate things. Okay, so, or Negroes, as two separate things. So why are we mixing that in? All right, it's extremely dumb. Let me continue on. But yeah. But yeah, freaking hyper fixated on just that one, on what word I'm using when people, your average person, even you fucking knew what I was talking about. You just saying that this to be petty and childish because you want to go off of your stupid ass terminology. John chapter 7 verse 27. John chapter 7 verse 24, judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. So it's not, you can't be saying you can't be having this association based off skin color. People need to back away from skin color. Why are people so fixated on the skin color rather than what's actually important? All right, what is actually important? All right, like that's the thing to really drive home. It's your bloodline. Okay, the same way that you would call this child, all right, this child an Israelite or so-called black man or Negro, whatever you want to call it. It is determined on your bloodline, not your appearance. Why we have to? Since when do we add Negro Chinese, Negro this, Negro that, and whatnot? All right, that's stupid, incredibly stupid. All right, and we're not supposed to be adding on confusions, because even then, if I were to just add and start saying Negro, Native Americans and Negro Mexicans, and you have some Mexican, for example, a Mexican person that is acting like, well, what the fuck does that mean? Because I'm light skinned, does that mean I have to be dark skinned in order to be accepted and stuff like that? When that couldn't be further from the truth. So I have to have Negro blood in me in order to, and again, it goes back into the words that we're using. You're trying to add on confusion by wanting to add on all these extra suffixes and whatnot, prefixes, and suffixes if that was the case. All right. Hosea chapter 1 verse, let's see. Let's start verse 2. The beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea, and the Lord said unto Hosea, go and take unto thee a wife of whoredoms, and the children of whoredoms, for the land hath committed great whoredoms, depart from the Lord. And basically from 3 on down, it just talks about how the kids that he was having. Anyway, continuing on to the actual point, verse 9, then said Yahweh, call his name Lo-Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. Basically, the thing here is that the Lord said that he's not going to claim these people as Israelites. Now, continuing down, verse 10, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered, and it shall come to pass in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Basically, the thing here is how these people are going to be viewed as another ethnicity or a Gentile nation. So say, for example, just for the sake of Let me see something. Where is it? Okay, so let's just say, for the sake of argument, that the woman Gomer is, I don't know who to blame is, I don't know what ethnicity is, but let's just say for the sake of argument that he is a Moabite. All right, so Hosea took a Moabite wife, and then that he had his kid came out half Israelite, half Moabite, all right, or half Negro, half Chinese, for example. Just say that. Then that son went and got with another Moabite, and then he kept on going and having, okay, another kid, as the generations continue to go on. That kid is going to look like a Chinese person, and or even better, Mexican. All right, let's just say, well, no, that's a terrible example. I have to stick with the Chinese one. For the Chinese one, as you, what's the word? As you determine, okay, this person looks like a Chinese person, but their father's bloodline goes all the way back to an Israelite man. Then that's where, okay, well, as a result of this person looking like a so-called Israelite, or looking like a so-called Moabite / Chinese person, I'm not going to call them Chinese, or I'm not going to call them Negro Chinese or Israelite Chinese or anything like that, because I know what their father's bloodline goes back to. If their father's bloodline goes back to an Israelite, it's literally just Israelite, and then whatever tribe they're supposed to be from. Like that's it. All right, biblically, but there are already terms that exist that identify who the Israelites are historically. All right, an example of that is the Negroes that went on the transatlantic slave trade. There's another example are the Mexicans it's a whole big thing. I don't want to go into explaining the history of that, but yeah, basically Native Americans, if you know the history, the South Americans as well, if you know the history, and then the Mexicans, if you know the history. So these people, just as a blanket statement, acknowledging how the world identifies certain ethnic groups of people. You're not going to add on and use your own terminology and stuff like that, because that's dumb. How is it that like, for example, if I said league row or whatever, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Like, how is that? What does that mean to you if I'm starting to say something that is contrary to what is already pre-established? We say Blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. All right. Well, I even said Blacks, Hispanic right there, but Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right, because that's what people know them for. All right. So slack it for repeating myself, but I just think that it's such a stupid comment to make, and it's a stupid grievance. It's a stupid nitpick to do when there's a reason why things are what they are. All right. So continuing on. 1 Corinthians 14 verse 19, yet in the church I had rather speak 5 words with my understanding, that by my voice I may teach others also, than 10,000 words in an unknown tongue. Basically, yes, this is in terms of like speaking in another language, but still the message still applies. If I'm trying to get people to understand, why the fuck would I go out of my way to say something else, try to talk, or try to sound like, or try to seem like I'm more than what I am, when all I have to do is just say, hey, if you are a Black, Hispanic, or Native American, then you are more than likely an Israelite. And that's so easy, rather than rather than saying if you are a Negro Mexican, if you are a Negro Native American, if you are a Negro this, Negro that, or whatever, and stuff like that, then it adds a potential for confusion where someone that is Mexican, they will think, okay, well, I think I have a grandmother that is Negro, but I also have my mother that is European or Spanish. All right, so I think maybe he's not talking about me. Maybe he's saying that I have to be this, I have to be that, or whatever, and stuff like that. I don't know what this Negro terminology bullshit is. So again, that person is turned away because of your stupidity in wanting to say and use your terminology rather than just speaking clearly and just saying Mexicans or Native Americans. All right. It's literally that simple. But of course, Jake always want to be different. All right. Oh, they want to be the first one with the new trend and whatnot. All right. Slocky. And that, you know what? That's funny. That's funny. The thing about this is, in 1 Corinthians 14:19, it even says, I had rather speak 5 words with my understanding, that by my voice I might teach others also, than 10,000 words in an unknown tongue. This is also a matter of, like, say for example, like inside jokes, people's own lingo, like stuff that only you and people would understand. Like that's just the exact same thing. Why are you going out of your way to do that? Even with preaching, you're not supposed to just, which by the way, that's what those Muslims do. The Muslims are over here preaching, reading their Quran, and when they read it, they read it in Arabic as if everyone's supposed to understand. If you're speaking to someone that only speaks in English or doesn't, or just for the sake of argument, that doesn't understand Arabic, why the fuck would you be preaching to them in Arabic if they don't understand? That's just an added layer of confusion. It's like, well, what the fuck is that word? Are these words supposed to mean to me? How am I getting edified from that stuff if you're wasting your time speaking in another language that I clearly don't understand? All right. For you, you're literally preaching to yourself because no one is gonna get it. You should just stick to the English, and that's it. And this type of person is doing the exact same thing, saying that you should do this, you should do that, and whatever. Well, your dumb ass doesn't even have. Oh, fuck, wrong video. Your dumb ass doesn't even have any stuff. You don't teach, you don't do anything, you just sit around and critique. All right, I don't even know if you're an Israelite or not, but you decided, you know what, I'm gonna go and tell other people how to do stuff rather than go and do it myself. All right, this is ridiculous. Like, why are you wasting? You're criticizing how I'm trying to make sure that the people that need to hear this get it. So with that, I pray that this was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, SHAMAIWAN, double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, above all, and Shalom.